Good morning. Welcome to Walsh's Playbook. That's former Raiders offensive coordinator Tom Walsh. I'm Grant Cohn. It's been a few weeks since we've last done a show. This is sort of our season wrap-up show. Now that we know exactly how the season ended, how the Super Bowl ended. The Seahawks are the Super Bowl champions, and the only team that could really compete with them consistently was the Los Angeles Rams, two teams in the Niners division. So, Tom, let's get right into it. Just how far behind Seattle and LA are the 49ers right now?
From a personnel perspective, I think they lack, some integral parts that they're going to want to be able to compete with the Seahawks and even with the Rams. And so, the thing about it, Grant, I think the biggest thing the Niners would have to do is they need to be able to kind of step outside their own room and have a very harsh, realistic look and evaluation of their team, their personnel, of their quote unquote game plans going forward, not only with free agency, but with also the draft. And then, put up on the whiteboard, who's got the best offensive line in the NFC West, who's got the best defensive line, who got the best, and then say, okay, where do we stack up? How do we match up? What do we have to do to be able to compete with these guys to be able to win the NFC West and secure a higher level of a playoff bid, be it next year or the year after?
Do they have the best quarterback in the NFC West? No. Do they have the best offensive line in the NFC West? No. Do they have the best running back in the NFC? No. Wide receiver? No. Tight end when healthy? So no. Defensive line? No. Linebacker?
No.
Not until you get someone next to Warner, and then they're really significantly behind. Do you think they can bridge the gap in one offseason if they get everything right?
That's going to be
tough.
The
Seahawks did lose their offensive coordinator.
I know, but the Niners have injured players who have to be able to come back, who they look upon as key factors, whether it be on offense with Kittle or defense with Warner, or they've got Bosa and they've got Michael Williams. They've got some other players. Yeah, Ricky. So there are a lot of ifs with injuries before you even look at who's healthy and how do we match up with the healthy players we have. Last year, they had a very heavy defensive draft. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of those guys were able to contribute with any significance. I guess Upton Stout probably was the most prominent season-long factor in the defense because he was on the field on third downs, slot corner. Nobody else from that draft in the top 4 or 5 picks besides Stout was really a factor.
Yeah, Collins played a little off the bench, but he wasn't a consistent starter for the team. Michael Williams lasted half a season and wasn't much of a pass rusher. They got to. Would you think after spending their first 5 picks on defense last year that this year they might lean offense in the draft?
Well, I think the key thing is free agency is phase 1 of your offseason squad development. And then what you don't get in free agency, then you'll have to turn to the draft. If they're not going to have any, offensive contributors who they are able to sign in free agency, then they're going to have to lean heavily on the draft to bring in some fresh legs. And they're going to have to bring in, I hate to say this, but they need to bring in speed. I'm sorry, you watch the Niners play compared to the Rams, compared to the Seahawks and other teams. They are running in combat boots in the sand, and everybody else is wearing track spikes, on a synthetic surface, and they're just running, around circles around the Niners, both offensively and defensively.